and gentlemen, the time has come for the main event of the evening. Please welcome the boxers as they make their way to the ring. Here is the undefeated four-division world champion. First, here is tonight's challenger and boxing's pride of Japan, the sensational, undefeated. Here is boxing superstar and pound-for-pound great, the acclaimed four-division world champion, three-division champion of the world, Naoya, the Monster Inoue. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to rumble!
His opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue and weighing in officially at 146.8 pounds. His professional record outstanding, 24 victories, 20 big wins by knockout, only one defeat with one no contest. Fighting out of Victorville, California, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan KingRy Garcia.
What happens when unstoppable knockout power collides with lightning speed that no one can see? This is not just a fight. It's a moment that could shake the entire boxing world. One man destroys opponents with cold precision. The other ends fights in seconds with explosive speed. Naoya Inoue versus Ryan Garcia is the kind of matchup fans dream about, where every second feels dangerous and every punch could change everything forever. Two elite fighters from different worlds, built on completely different styles, now imagined inside the same ring. Naoya Inoue, the undisputed destroyer, a champion who doesn't just win, he dominates. Ryan Garcia, the Speed King, a fighter who can turn a fight around in a single blink. This is a cinematic boxing analysis, a full fight breakdown of what would happen if these two collided at their absolute peak. Power versus speed, pressure versus timing, discipline versus explosiveness. This is boxing at its highest level. Naoya Inoue enters this imagined collision as one of boxing's most feared pound-for-pound kings, an undefeated champion known for devastating knockout power and surgical precision. His elite performance against fighters like Nonito Donaire and Stephen Fulton showcased a championship-level ability to break opponents down round by round. On the other side stands Ryan Garcia, a lightning-fast superstar with explosive speed and viral knockout highlights, whose left hook has become one of the most dangerous weapons in modern boxing analysis. Inoue's fighting style is built on calculated pressure, perfect timing, and ruthless efficiency. He doesn't waste punches. Every shot carries intent. Every movement sets up destruction. His ability to control distance while maintaining constant threat makes him a nightmare matchup. Garcia, however, brings a completely different dynamic, relying on speed, reflexes, and sharp counters. His elite hand speed allows him to strike before opponents even react, creating moments that feel almost unreal in real-time fight breakdown scenarios. Garcia's rise has been fueled by highlight reel knockouts and massive fan appeal, especially his stunning finish against Luke Campbell, where he showed heart by rising from a knockdown. Yet questions remain about his defensive discipline and endurance under pressure. Inoue, by contrast, has consistently proven his dominance against world-class opposition, stopping champions with clinical precision. This contrast creates a compelling championship-level narrative where raw speed meets calculated destruction in a high-stakes boxing analysis scenario. As the bell rings in this cinematic showdown, the opening round feels like a chess match led with danger. Garcia moves quickly, bouncing on his toes, firing sharp jabs and testing angles. Inoue remains calm, inching forward, reading every movement with cold precision. The crowd senses the tension as both fighters measure distance, knowing one mistake could change everything. This early phase of the fight breakdown highlights patience, strategy, and the looming threat of knockout power from both sides. By the second and third rounds, Garcia begins to unleash his signature speed combinations, snapping punches that cut through the air with incredible velocity. Inoue absorbs the data, subtly adjusting his guard and timing. Then comes a moment in slow motion, a perfectly timed counter from Inoue that lands clean, shaking Garcia slightly. It's not a knockdown, but it sends a message. This is elite performance at its highest level, where every exchange carries the weight of a potential turning point. As the fight progresses into the middle rounds, the intensity rises dramatically. Garcia attempts to maintain distance, using his footwork to avoid Inoue's pressure. However, Inoue's ring IQ begins to shine, cutting off the ring and forcing exchanges. The crowd roars as combinations are traded, each fighter landing significant shots. This phase of the fight breakdown becomes a war of styles, speed versus timing, explosiveness versus precision, with neither man willing to give an inch. Round 5 delivers the first major turning point. Garcia lands a blistering left hook that catches Inoue clean, momentarily freezing the action. The arena erupts as Inoue takes a step back, acknowledging the power. But instead of retreating, he advances, responding with a brutal body shot that echoes through the venue. The momentum shifts back and forth in seconds, creating a cinematic sequence that feels like a highlight reel unfolding in real time. In the 6th and 7th rounds, fatigue begins to whisper into the fight. Garcia's speed remains dangerous, but his output slightly decreases under Inoue's relentless pressure. Inoue continues to invest in body shots, breaking Garcia down methodically. Each punch feels heavier, each exchange more consequential. This is where championship-level endurance and mental strength come into play, separating elite fighters from contenders in a high-stakes boxing analysis narrative. The 8th round becomes a brutal showcase of resilience. Garcia, sensing the pressure, explodes with combinations, trying to regain control. Inoue, however, stands firm, absorbing shots and returning fire with devastating counters. A slow-motion replay moment captures a perfect right hand from Inoue landing flush, snapping Garcia's head back. The crowd gasps, realizing the fight could end at any moment. This is the essence of knockout power meeting unbreakable will. Entering the championship rounds, both fighters show signs of wear, but neither backs down. Garcia digs deep, relying on his speed to create openings, while Inoue continues his calculated assault. The tension becomes almost unbearable as every punch carries the potential to end the fight. This is no longer just a fight, it's a battle of identity, pride, and legacy, where every second feels amplified in this cinematic fight breakdown. Round 10 delivers another dramatic shift. Garcia lands a rapid combination that forces Inoue onto the defensive, a rare sight. The momentum swings, and for a brief moment, it feels like Garcia might take control. But Inoue's composure remains unshaken. He resets, regains position, and responds with a crushing body attack that slows Garcia down once again. This back and forth creates a narrative filled with unpredictability and elite performance under pressure. The 11th round is pure drama. Both fighters trade heavy shots in the center of the ring, refusing to step back. The crowd is on its feet as punches land with thunderous impact. Garcia's speed continues to shine, but Inoue's precision and power begin to take a visible toll. A perfectly timed combination from Inoue staggers Garcia, pushing him to the brink. The moment feels like it could define the entire fight. As the final round begins, exhaustion meets determination. Garcia knows he needs something big, while Inoue senses the opportunity to finish. The pace is relentless, with both fighters throwing everything they have left. This final chapter of the fight breakdown captures the essence of boxing at its highest level: skill, heart, and the constant thread of knockout power defining every exchange. Beyond the physical battle, the mental war between these fighters is equally compelling. Inoue's calm, calculated approach contrasts sharply with Garcia's explosive, emotional style. Each adjustment, each decision becomes critical as the fight unfolds. This psychological element adds depth to the narrative, showing how elite fighters think, adapt, and survive under extreme pressure. When comparing their strengths, Inoue's precision and ring IQ stand out as key advantages. His ability to read opponents and exploit weaknesses makes him incredibly dangerous. Garcia's speed and reflexes, however, create opportunities that few fighters can handle. This clash of attributes makes the fight feel like a perfect balance, where either man could seize victory with a single moment of brilliance. Defensively, Inoue's compact guard and disciplined movement provide stability, while Garcia's reliance on speed sometimes leaves openings. These subtle differences become crucial in high-level boxing analysis, where small mistakes can lead to massive consequences. The fight becomes a study in contrasts, highlighting how different styles can collide to create something truly unforgettable. From an endurance perspective, Inoue's proven ability to maintain pressure over 12 rounds gives him an edge. Garcia's stamina, while improved, faces its toughest test against relentless aggression. This aspect of the fight adds another layer of tension, as the later rounds become a true examination of physical and mental limits. Looking at potential outcomes, a knockout victory for Inoue feels like a realistic scenario if he continues to land clean, powerful shots. His track record of finishing elite opponents supports this possibility. However, Garcia's speed and counterpunching ability create opportunities for a sudden, explosive finish that could shock the boxing world. A decision victory is also within reach for Garcia if he can control distance, land consistent combinations, and avoid prolonged exchanges. His ability to outscore opponents with speed could play a significant role. This scenario adds complexity to the fight breakdown, showing that victory isn't limited to knockout power alone. In the end, this matchup feels like a true 50-50th battle, where every round could swing the outcome. The combination of speed, power, strategy, and heart creates a cinematic experience that embodies everything great about boxing. Whether it ends in a dramatic knockout or a hard-fought decision, one thing is certain: this is a fight that would leave fans talking for years. If this fight ever became reality, it wouldn't just be another matchup, it would be history in the making. A clash where legends are defined and limits are tested. Whether you believe in Inoue's unstoppable pressure or Garcia's unreal speed, one thing is clear: this fight has no easy answer. Drop your prediction below. Who wins and how? And if you want more elite fight breakdowns, knockout analysis, and championship level storytelling, make sure you stay locked in with MMA Knockout.